Dwayne Zinkin, my manager, called me in 2001 in my little apartment in Stillwater, Oklahoma. I had a bed that came out of the wall. I'm sure I had bed bugs too at the time. I had to have had bed bugs. That place was disgusting. A 21-year-old college kid living by himself, bed comes out of the wall. It was disgusting. But he goes, you should fight. And I go, the sport's gonna be big. I go, let me make the Olympic team first, if I can. And I did. And after I started real pro wrestling, I was like, wow, if I show my personality, maybe I can do this. And then Bob and Dwayne came to the U.S. National Wrestling Tournament. And they were managing Bobby Lashley at the time. And you know Bobby's yoked up a beast. And Dwayne goes, this is the guy we really got to get, Bob. And Bob literally looks at him and goes, who, the little fat dude that Lashley's about to wrestle? It's like he's going to get smoked, you know? Bob knows nothing about wrestling. I beat Lashley 10-0. And they walk up to me and I meet Bob for the first time and he's like, maybe this dude's got something. So right after I was done wrestling, I called him up and I was like, hey, it's time. And it was all like, come to San Jose, meet the guys. I saw Cain and I was like, I've got to be training with this dude. This dude's a beast. And I was like, I got to be around this guy. So I moved here, started trying to fight.
So but when you do that and you come here, AKA's been your home since day one. Mm-hmm. I guess, how was the transition? Because I mean, this is something I've noticed from being in the gym for over 20 years. I mean, like I see this a lot with wrestlers, is that wrestlers are so dominant when they're on the mat. They're so dominant taking you down. Once you hit them square in the face, everything goes to shit.
Horrible.
Did you have that problem in the first?
So they told me to go take Cain down. They go, we know you don't know how to punch, you know how to kick, just go take him down. Well, the guy can wrestle too. You dummies, you don't think you can freaking wrestle? Dude kicked me. He kicked me, I was like, oh my God, what was that? So then about 2 minutes later, Cain had ran me so ragged. I would take him down, he would just get up. He had run me so ragged, I laid my fat ass on the ground. I was 263 pounds at the time. And they pushed me out. 2.5 minutes. I didn't get out of the ring. Hans, they pushed me out under the bottom rope.
They rolled you out.
They rolled my fat ass out. I fell, bounced a couple times, went in the corner and tucked my tail like, I've got some freaking work to do. And then...
But did the fire start? Were you like, okay?
I liked it, because I did it with Luke too. Like Luke Rocco too. We just started throwing. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna fight these dudes. I don't care. I always had that fighter in me. And then 2 months later, I decided I was gonna fight southpaw because my right hand, I was faster. I broke a broken nose later, back in Oklahoma.
You broke.
Cain kicked me in the freaking nose. 2 months into my career, Cain breaks my nose. I go back to Oklahoma, and I come back and they go, you want to fight southpaw anymore? I'm like, I learned my lesson.
And you hadn't even fought yet?
I had fought one time. I fought in 3 weeks when I first got here. They were smart though. They put me in there with a kid that was a high school state champion wrestler. So if everything else failed, I was gonna take him down. It was a wrestling match, so. I'm lucky, man. Yeah, I'm just lucky in life. You know what I mean? Not in fighting, just in life, you know? So a lot of things have happened, good and bad, but it's all led me to where I am today.
I don't think a lot of people recognize and understand truly the intelligent aspect of athletes, Dominic, you, that are so well-rounded, well-spoken, and can go from being the champion, literally stepping into the cage, fighting at the highest level you can get to. 2 weeks later, you come back out and you're doing color commentating.
Dom and I can do what we do because we love the sport. We love watching it. We love being students of it, and also being able to go and say, this is happening, and say it in a way that everyone can understand and relate to. I love my job, man. I love my commentary job. I love my hosting job at UFC Tonight, but I love nothing more than fighting. Fighting is where it's at.
How's your body feel?
I kicked your ass today, so you know I felt. Beat the shit out of you. I must be feeling pretty damn good. You've been training your ass off. You got red legs on the inside now from these inside leg kicks. Don't act like the age is a fact. Age ain't nothing but a number. Do it, son, ain't nothing but a thing. Hey, age ain't nothing but a number, son. Hit you up. Bow, inside leg kick, DC, stop. Bow, inside leg kick, DC, stop. Okay, DC, don't kick me in the leg. Okay, Hans, where? On the outside? Yes. Bow.
You can tell everybody you punched me in the nuts too.
I did.
15 times.
10 times.
I think it's 15.
Well,
for any young fighters coming up,
So, if you're gonna start this career, I started late. I was 30. Start young, get your education. Be committed. You're gonna have to be committed. Honestly, reality is you should probably start wrestling right now. Because the stand-up and everything else you can learn. The wrestling is so difficult that you should learn it young. Once you do this, go all in, man. You can't half-ass it. Find a good support system. I had a support system. I had a car. Bob had an old police car that I drove every day to the gym. I lived in his house. Find a good support system that allows you to train, get better. Find the right team for you. A big gym like the American Kickboxing Academy is not for everybody. It might work for you, and if it does, great. But if not, Stipe Miocic has a small gym. Demetrius Johnson has a small gym. Find the right place for you. Once you're in that place, settle in. This is a career that can start slow, but once it gets going, and you can go to heights that you could never have imagined. It's fun, it's fulfilling. I think it's probably the greatest sport in the world. But take your time, be committed, go all in. I think that's probably the biggest message. You go all in. You don't half-ass it. Nobody ever becomes a champion by just pretending to be a fighter. You have to become one. When I first started fighting, I told Bob Cook, I said, don't teach me arm bars, don't teach me Kimuras, because I don't think I could break anyone's arm. A couple years ago, I was in a fight with Dan Henderson, and he was exhausted, and I grabbed the Kimura. And Bob goes, what if you would have got that? What if you would have been in position? You said you could never break anyone's arm. I said I would have snapped it off and beat him with it. I changed because I wanted to be a champion. I'm a different type of guy, right? What makes me who I am, and what makes me the guy that's been 6-time U.S. National Wrestling Champion, Olympian twice, UFC champion, Strikeforce champion, all these things, is that competitively I live for it. I love the competition. Why do you go in there and you spar me and Cain Velasquez? People don't come in here and go, what would be great today? To get kicked and punched by Daniel Cormier and Cain Velasquez, but you do it. Why?
Because I love it.
That's why I fight. I love walking out the tunnel. I love when I get ready to fight and I look behind me and there's Hav, Bob, Rosendo, Leandro, and they're nervous, but they're excited because I get to go and do what they know I love to do. So I love the belt, but I fight because I'm a fighter and I love the competition. And I'm gonna do that until I can't do it anymore.